So let's take a look now at some keyboard shortcuts that control your navigation and view. So if I hit Z, as we know, we go to the zoom tool, and we're probably going to use the zoom tool or the magnifying glass to get into very specific areas of a Photoshop document that we might want to kind of zoom into. But once we've zoomed in, a couple of quick little keyboard shortcuts that are particularly handy is if we hit Apple minus on the keyboard, it will nudge us out a little bit. If we hit Apple plus, it will basically zoom us in. And then if we want to kind of pan the document window, what we can do is go for our hand tool, which is next to the zoom tool. Now the keyboard shortcut for this, as we discussed earlier, is H, but we don't ever really need to kind of click onto that and hit the H key, because if we put our finger on the space bar, what that does is it brings the hand tool up, and this will allow us to kind of pan around our Photoshop window like so. If we want to quickly get back to where we came from, we can use the keyboard shortcut Apple and 0, and that will basically fit our Photoshop view to the window. If I want to toggle across various Photoshop tabs that I might have open, I can hit Control and Tab, and that will basically show me different Photoshop files that I already have open. A quick way to move through different applications from Photoshop, say, to Illustrator or to InDesign would be if we put our finger on the Apple key and use the Tab key. That will basically open up our dock view. So if I click quickly here, I can get my Illustrator view. If I put my finger back on the Apple key, back onto the Tab key, up comes my view. If I hit my Tab key again, I then get my InDesign view like this. To get back to Photoshop, Apple and Tab, and then one more, and I'm back into Photoshop where I started from. So to quickly get your applications that you might be wanting to toggle from one to the other, that's a nice little keyboard shortcut to use. To show and hide rulers, we can use Apple and R. Apple R will either hide or show the rulers depending on whether they're on or off. If we have guides that we might have used in our Photoshop document, we can turn them on and off by using Apple and semicolon. Will basically show the guides. Apple semicolon will turn them back off again. If you like to use the grid, well then you can use Apple and apostrophe. That will put the grid on. Personally, I'm not a big grid user, but that's not to say you don't need to use it. And lastly, if I hit the F key will toggle me through different Photoshop views and get me back to where I came from. So some handy little keyboard keys for navigation and view, which will speed up your workflow. For more information on our Photoshop courses, both online and classroom, you can click on this link and visit our website.